You're watching the Brotherhood of Gaming, and we saw The Purge.
Yes, we did. Well, this was an interesting one.
It was cheap.
It was. Before I start, though, I just wanted to talk real quick about
Politics.
our movie reviews. There's part of me that feels like calling ourselves the unpopular opinion guys.
The what?
The unpopular opinion guys. And the reason I say that is there's a lot of movies out there that we watch and like that a lot of people don't.
Oh, you mean unpopular opinion as in we contradict what others would normally think? I thought you meant unpopular as in we're unpopular, but...
Well, that too.
Case in point.
Yeah, so, when we come out here and review these films...
we try to rationalize and be kind of the... Not the kiss-ups or not even your normal hater.
Yeah, you're looking at two guys that actually liked Green Lantern. I know, right? Who actually liked... and you actually liked that... Resident Evil movie that came out last year, right? What was it called? Retribution or something?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, you did a review on it with, I think, Nathan. You liked that film. God, don't play dumb, though. You liked it.
I didn't like it, to be honest. No, I didn't like it. I didn't...
Okay.
No, I thought it was...
We like Silent Hill, though.
Silent Hill was a good one.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? No, I remember bitching at that movie.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to mention that because we got a pretty nasty comment a few weeks ago.
On what?
Well, I won't say what movie it was, but we gave a positive review to this movie, and this commenter called us rude and disrespectful because our opinion...
What movie was it?
They called us rude and disrespectful because our opinion was different than his.
I gotta see this comment now.
But like I said, we're not trying to piss anyone off. This is just our personal opinions. If it differs from you, that's perfectly fine.
What movie did we see weeks ago?
I'll tell you later. See, that was going to be on Will's mind about the entire review.
Yes, it is.
Well, anyway, I just wanted
You hide comments from me?
Anyway, well, hey, you read the comments more than I do. Anyway, like I said, so that's why I just figure like calling us the unpopular opinion guys, because there's a lot of films that we watch that we're kind of easy on compared to other people.
Well, because I look at it from both sides. Like a lot of people say about my vlogs and my reviews and that sort of thing. I come at it with a very sophisticated manner.
Or at least you try to.
I try to, within reason. I'm not afraid to bash anything that is deserving and within reason, like the Xbox One. But right. This is not about video games. This is about a movie, and well, not everybody's going to like the same thing. Not everybody's going to agree on everything.
If you disagree, feel free to leave a comment, but just remember, like I said, it's nothing personal or anything like that. Okay?
Yeah, we're not disrespecting you. We're spitting in your face because we differ from your opinion.
If you differ, that's cool. Sorry.
Really? We disrespect him because...
I will show you later. Anyway, let's talk about The Purge. Again, this was I guess we're going to do like non-spoiler spoiler. So I guess this is the non-spoiler part. Non-spoiler, what's your opinion on The Purge?
I don't know. It's kind of a... It's a movie you don't see often.
It's very different. This is definitely not the kind of movie I would see during the summer. I'm usually in the big action films. This is actually a movie I didn't find out about until like a little under a month ago when you mentioned it to me. And then I saw like the trailer on
I would actually recommend seeing it because it's different.
It is. Well, number one, first thing I said when we're in the theater when the movie was about to start, hey, Will, you know this movie's produced by Micheal Bay, right?
And I'm like, why didn't you tell me this movie rolled like this? No, don't say that.
That's another thing about Micheal Bay. I know Micheal Bay is kind of the guy that a lot of people on the internet like to hate on. I don't hate him. As a matter of fact, I find a lot of his movies entertaining.
Well, I don't have any personal vendetta.
As a director or a producer, he produced this film. His company, Platinum Dunes, he saw his logo.
Well, yeah, he gave him the money. It doesn't mean he's in the chair.
Right, exactly. So I don't know how much involved he was as a producer. Producer basically just like pay for it, I think. But before we get into the movie, though, I want to talk real quickly about
why you're not subscribing to us.
No, the trailers.
Oh.
There are like 30 minutes worth of goddamn trailers before this movie
Well,
started.
we came in. We came in an hour before the showing. What did you think they were going to do?
No. You misunderstand. I always like to come early to get the good seats. But, once the trailers started, they went on for like 30 freaking minutes, man.
I didn't mind. I was hoping to God that we were going to get a trailer of a video game movie. Every time we go to a movie, I'm always
I will say this, though. There were a few that did catch my eye. The first one, though, was, I guess it's called, like, Getaway. It's always Ethan Hawke, who's this guy whose his wife is kidnapped, and I guess he's like a race car driver.
Oh!
And he gets hijacked by who hijacks him?
He gets hijacked by Selena Gomez.
Selena Gomez is like the least threatening person you could think of to hijack a car. Give up the car, man!
Actually, no.
Hey, it's Fred! What show is she from again?
She's a Disney Channel star. She might not be anymore because she's getting older, but she's from Wizards of Waverly.
That's what I thought she was, yeah. I kind of left Disney Channel, before that film. That show.
She's also been in some Disney Channel music videos. If she was in anything else, I didn't catch it.
I'm like, really? You're going to select this petite Latina girl to be the carjacker in this action film? Like, oh, okay.
When she was like, pull over, I'm taking this car. I almost busted up cracking laughing. I'm like, what, did the wizards die?
And of course Ethan Hawke kicks her ass like immediately.
actually, he doesn't say it. He's just like, honey, you got the wrong car.
Yeah, so that was that one. We saw a trailer for Kick-Ass 2.
Oh yeah, which I was surprised. I didn't know that was happening. But,
yeah, with Jim Carrey, who you cannot recognize.
I know! What the hell happened to him?
Yeah. Well, he looked great. I give him credit for looking so different. I mean, that's really impressive.
Yeah, that is something. I really didn't see that coming. But
so definitely check that one out.
I don't know if it's going to live up to the first one because the first one was so good.
The first one was really good. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do
Yeah, because what was brilliant about the first one was you had no superheroes. You didn't have anything, and you had this one kid who was like 15, had no business
being a hero,
or let alone existing to that much.
Right.
Just all of a sudden wanted to bear the mantle of being a hero. He got his ass whooped like plenty of times, but was able to overcome it and do an amazing thing. And that was real, possible, and it was fun to watch. Mm-hmm. This one seems more primarily focused on now there's a set of good guys and a set of villains. And
it seems like a logical progression.
It's a logic, yeah. And I just hope that they really can live up to the first one because I can already see this not being. And plus, she got older, the hit girl.
It's fine with me.
Yeah, but, I don't know. It almost seems like they kind of lost focus. Like in the first one, I remember the only reason why she was doing this was to kill like Frank D'Amico. Mm-hmm. The head honcho, and that was the whole goal. That was her father's goal. That's all he wanted. And then now they're trying to pass off this thing like his ultimate goal wasn't to kill Frank D'Amico. It was to be a hero for the
people.
For the people. And I'm like,
well, plans change after D'Amico dies. It's natural he would go to the next stage. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Whatever.
Okay, The Purge. The Purge.
10 minutes in, we haven't even talked about the movie yet.
So, non-spoiler. What do you think of them? Okay, The Purge. What do you think of it? Non-spoiler. Go ahead.
I was, for a low-budget film, this film actually does present a prime example of how you can do things right with, it proves that you don't need an extremely large budget.
Well, it depends a lot on the script, because the majority of the film took place in one area.
Yeah, so...
This incredibly large house where people can, like, hide like ninjas in it.
Yeah, but my point was...
Go ahead.
Yeah, my point was, you don't need a large budget to make a good film if you've got the right script. And this film does serve a prime example.
It also depends on the kind of story you're saying. If
That's
you're
true,
doing a superhero film, you're going to need...
Oh, and obviously you're going to need a big set. If you're going to try to sell off Transformers and put it in that simple neighborhood area, then...
But it's refreshing to see a movie such a low budget, but yet do such an
amazing
job. A very good job.
And it's different, because it's definitely not... as far as originality goes, I do give it a plus. I really haven't seen this kind of story.
Mm-hmm.
At least
for the most part, it was.
Not to this degree.
Right.
Like, we've seen sort of like trap stories or things like this where you're in isolation with no help. Sure.
Yeah, there was, I think it was called Safe Room with Jodie Foster. It came out like 10 years ago. It's kind of the same kind of premise.
Yeah, same like Panic Room.
Panic Room.
So yeah,
that's the one I was talking about. Panic Room. That's what I was Safe Room. Yeah, Panic Room. That's the one.
yeah. So if you've seen that, it's similar, but it tells an original story.
What would you classify this as? Like a thriller, suspense? It's not really a horror film.
It got suspenseful when you saw the kid looking at the guys out the camera, and you see them just like when they're looking in the camera and they're like.
My feeling on this film is that it was okay. It was entertaining.
It did its job.
It wasn't really realistic. Well, I don't know if it was supposed to be.
Well, Gene, you have a world where America has.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, how realistic can you get?
You know, the whole thing. It's kind of like this kind of dystopian. I don't know if I'm using the right word, but kind of future. Well, it takes me like 2022, where the entire government. I guess America is like this utopia, this nice place where there's basically no crime, basically no employment. Basically there's no crime except for, and the reason why is because the government gives them like 12 hours in this one day, 12 hours to go nuts, go around killing, committing crimes, doing all that stuff to kind of like purge themselves of these emotions. But go ahead.
Thus trying to prove that human instinct is only for us to kill and be violent.
Right.
And
which in and of itself is kind of
wrong,
flawed, because how do they know what's preventing them really from committing crimes the rest of the year? Are they like on the honor system? Now listen, if you guys be nice, we'll give you 12 hours in this one day to do whatever you want. So like I say, it's not really a realistic kind of thing.
Yeah, it's the same kind of bullshit that The Incredibles did with the whole. They tried to stop the whole superheroes thing.
Well, that's the take on the Watchmen.
Yeah, and also, like, are the villains gonna be okay with this?
Yeah, I know.
So, okay, no more heroes. I guess the villains are just gonna run loose now.
Yeah, that's another good point.
Yeah, that's what I call The Incredibles bullshit. Like, what did the villains do? Just quit too?
Well, it's not. It's just that one area. But I always said it would be a great subject for an Incredibles 2 movie. What happened to the villains? I always think of a premise where all the villains are like old and they're like in a retirement home and they're planning to take over the world.
Well, I can think of one reason why the villains probably quit. Maybe after they purged the superheroes of their right, they probably enforced a no bullshit tolerance, which means if any supervillains tried to do, any type of bullshit the supervillains trying to do, we're not even going to waste our time. You're going down. We're going to open fire immediately, and we're not going to have Stormtrooper aim.
Well, getting back to the Purge, like I said, the premise in itself is not very realistic, but for what it is,
it's an entertaining setup.
It's an entertaining setup. Yes.
It's a setup in a world, like, imagine if the world was this way. Could this work?
Right. Or what would you do for like a half day when no one would be there to protect you? No law.
Or
no anything.
It's that, but it's also, what would you do for 12 hours with no consequence?
That's a good point. It has an interesting premise. And the performances in this film, well, if we're going to talk about performances in this film, there is one guy. This guy.
I don't know if we can talk about him because he spoils. Like, we're not going to go in depth on what he does yet.
Right.
We'll save that for the spoiler part.
Well, I'm just going to say that, yeah, he gives Michael Sheen a run for his money.
Michael Sheen and this guy.
I'm proud of him.
Yeah, Michael Sheen and this guy gotta be friends. These guys need to go to parties.
Yeah.
Oh my god. This guy was so hammy. But he was awesome.
Yeah.
He made this movie so much fun. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad he lasted as long as he did.
Yeah. So, in the end, I guess for a non-spoiler part of the review, it's an entertaining film.
It's an interesting setup in a fictional world based on realism and tries to present a tale on whether or not reality could work this way.
Right.
And whether it does or not is up to you. However, I'll give you the easy answer. It's not.
Would you recommend people seeing it?
Oh yeah, definitely. Not because it's 100% good or like best movie of the year or Oscar worthy, but because it's different and it does present those options that I just mentioned.
It's an
an interesting film that really does deserve to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
So,
right.
And for what it's worth,
it's not an Academy Award nominee or contender.
If it does though, I wouldn't argue with it
but it is a fun ride.
For a very low budget. It took less than
$3 million.
Took less than $3 million to make this movie,
mm-hmm.
And whereas the original First Nightmare on Elm Street had $8 million.
Wow,
that's quite a budget, quite a drop in the budget.
Right.
And
there are some annoying characters in the film, which we'll get more in the spoiler part of it. Some stupidity that leads to a lot of it. Happens, but it's a flawed film, but it's a fun ride.
Yeah, so be sure to check it out. It's not really long.
About an hour and a half, I think.
It didn't feel that long.
No.
Maybe the trailers took up half the time. But so yeah, non-spoiler review. I say check it out. You say check it out?
I say check it out.
Check it out. It's a fun ride.
Yes. Now we get knee-deep in spoilers.
Well, Ethan Hawke is in it.
Yes, he's the star. He's basically this head of the security firm. And of course, it would make sense that in this kind of world, security firms would be boom because everyone wants security.
They really don't talk about anything beyond America. They don't talk about much beyond America. Like, is this utopian Purge thing supposed to only take place in America?
Yeah, it's only an American thing.
Shit, I'm moving to Canada. Like, the hell with this. I mean, one day of the year, my stress and anxiety is going to be so high. God forbid I don't croak that night.
Well, like I said, the Purge takes place 12 hours in one day for everyone to get all their violent tendencies out, to go kill, murder. The homeless are a real target for these people. It's like, in their eyes, they're purging not only of their emotions, but also purging the homeless, or purging the unwanted folks as they see it from the street,
If you want to know anything about purging, play Mega Man Legends.
Anyway,
that was the plot.
Thank you. Anyway, so the movie centers around Ethan Hawke, who's the head of security.
Does it center around just him, or is it like whole family? Because he
has a family.
You're checking it from their all point of view.
He has a family. He has a wife. He has an 18-year-old daughter, and he has a 11-year-old, 12-year-old son who's like this tech genius.
Age is more established.
who can like. Jury rig this creepy looking doll on a cart and have it be like a spy system.
He has like this little.
He has these like glasses are really awesome. They're like the camera's like fixed to them.
Yeah. So we're talking about the kid for a second, right? Ethan Hawke's son, who's like 12, and he's got this little roller, like a little like toy car that runs but via controller.
Yeah.
And he's rigged it to have this half a baby doll on top of it that looks like the Terminator.
Half its face is burned off.
With a red eye going out of it, where and it runs around as surveillance.
I can see a 12-year-old kid putting that together.
It's not that hard, actually.
Right.
And he has glasses that he can see through what the doll sees because of the surveillance.
Right.
It's future technology. They can do that.
Yeah.
Science, future science. We don't have to explain nothing. At least it wasn't magic. But
But it's just like typical nice family, and because of the security system that they sell, they're pretty well off. I mean, they live in this giant, nice mansion.
Yeah, they live in a neighborhood full of.
It's a very high end kind of Beverly Hills like kind of.
Where apparently you can have different rankings. So purging is not supposed to be very common in that particular area because it's so high standard and so high quality that you'd almost waste the entire 12 hours just trying to break into the damn house.
I love that at the beginning of the film they mentioned, or at least during the broadcast system message that came up, they mentioned that high security, high ranking officials in the United States government are exempt from purging. So that prevents you from killing the president or the vice president. I thought that's one way to cover your bases.
Again, I wonder how that works. Like,
Anyway, so the night is the night of the Purge, and then you have a scene that kind of forecasts stuff that's going to happen. The wife is going in the house, and she has a meeting with one of her next-door neighbors, the blonde.
Immediately, you know that this blonde doesn't like her.
You immediately know that she's going to have something to do with goals, or something. She's going to factor in somehow in the later on events. It's one of those kind of situations like it's like fake smiles, you can just tell that
they're. It's like, oh, I baked you some cookies.
Yeah. I know, huh?
Please, enjoy them. Like, yeah. You're not creepy.
Yeah, she and their friends are having. I guess they have like these purge parties where they when they go to the house and when the house gets locked down and then they just enjoy themselves. Anyway,
whatever.
The 18-year-old girl has a boyfriend who the father does not approve of because apparently he's too old, or he feels he's too old.
Apparently he's too old and she's too young, and
because of that, there's some friction between her and the dad. The first time you see her, they're making out in her bedroom. They have a little
yeah, and they have basically the movie starts with
you're
like,
my Snoopy Loopy Happy Honey Pie.
Yeah.
No, you're my Dumply Dumply Snoopy Movie.
Yeah, the movie starts with 1 hour before the purge, before lockdown. 1 hour before lockdown, and so yeah, they're talking about making love and they're in their bedroom and like, we should make sounds.
That was weird. That's why I made those noises. That's basically what it is. Snoopy, Snoopy, Snoopy.
Yeah, everybody's got to have her kink.
So yeah, they're in love. He leaves.
Like, when I touch you there, I want you to moan like a cat. Like,
even
she thought it was weird. Like,
never float your boat, dude. So he leaves later that night. They're having dinner. Then the purge happens. And for 12 hours, like I said, they're all on your own. There's no law. Everyone can kill and do whatever they want. They do the lockdown. Of course, these giant like doors or something come down in the house.
Earlier that day, when she was talking to the next door neighbor, white chick, she made it. She said something to her about, your husband spent a lot on your security and went out of his way to show everybody how high tech yours was, and like. Immediately, I'm just like, that coming from you, that sounds kind of snobby.
Right.
Like, because you really don't see the main wife doing that. Like, I don't know.
He's trying to explain to his kids why this is necessary. How
even though they've been alive for 11 years.
It gives them a chance to purge their emotions, purge their anger. Because, like I said, it's basically saying that human beings, at their nature, are violent creatures.
And that's a weird hypothesis.
Like they're on their best behavior throughout the rest of the year. But for these 12 hours, they can go nuts. It's kind of like what they're trying to say.
And so the 12-year-old kid, he kind of has a problem with it. He's kind of your, like, killing is bad, period. And in a sense, that, yeah, it's a good way to think. And the daughter, she's kind of obligatory to it, like, yeah, whatever.
Now, he also has this nice room with all these security systems, all these plasma screens, all these cameras.
The father, yeah, Ethan Hawke has...
Yeah. Now,
yeah.
Here's where the problems begin. The kids
in
this film are complete idiots. These kids are so stupid because they don't listen to their parents. It starts off with the kid who has this, idealistic kind of, he sees this homeless guy running down the street, asking for help, and then what does he do, Will?
After the lockdown, they're trying to calm everything down. Like, okay, well, our house is on lockdown. Let's chill out for a while. We'll just wait the 12 hours out, and yeah, that happens. And the little kid goes into the surveillance room to see what's going on outside. And this is the surveillance room that has like all the guns, all the keypads where you can disengage the entire house and open up everything. Mm-hmm. But before the kid opens up anything, he's just kind of monitoring for a while. And then we find out that the girl's boyfriend didn't leave the house, and he sneaks up on her, and he's just like, "Oh, surprise! I'm still here. I guess I'm going to be inside your house during the purge." And
looks like they're about to make love, but he's like, "No, I'm not here to see you. I want to see your dad. I want to talk to him."
Yeah, I'm going to try to break the ice and tell him that I'm not too old for you, and we can be in love. And hell, being that the purge is going on right now, there's absolutely nothing you can do to kick me out of the house. Right. It's the perfect time.
And during that time, the kid again sees the homeless person.
Yeah, and that's when he can hear him on the monitor, like begging. And it's this tall black guy, and he's begging for help. Like, somebody open help! I need help. I just want safety. I don't want to hurt anybody. I just need to get out of here. I don't want to die. I don't want to get killed. And out of nowhere, this kid immediately is just like, "Sounds good to me."
Yeah. He opens up the security. Lets the black guy in. He gets in. The doors go down. The father sees, like, what the heck is going on here? He sees this strange guy in his house. Then the kid, Henry, comes down the stairs, and Henry has a gun.
He's like, "Hey, Mr. whatever your name is."
Yeah, he was...
I'm gonna... Your daughter!
Yeah, I guess that was his, I'm gonna kill her father and I guess kill her rest of her family. And like, this is the way we could be together. I can kill the rest of your family. And of course, Henry, like the idiot he is, gets shot right between the right dead center.
I was not surprised, actually.
I was going to ask you if you saw that coming.
I saw that coming.
Yeah, Ethan Hawke shoots and kills him. The black guy slips away. And that's another thing about this house. This house is amazing. Because this house is like huge. This is like the house. This house is bigger and better than the house from Home Alone. Because there's just areas all over the place where you can like just hide and forever, for all night not be seen.
Yeah. Wow, this house was huge. Like half a mile around.
Right. Yeah.
And so immediately Henry gets shot by the father, by Ethan Hawke, and the black guy bolts into the God knows which room.
Right.
And the little boy is just like, dope. And
derp, derp, derp. Derp, derp, derp.
The wife is like, honey. And then the girl's like, oh my God.
Now think about the idiocy. How many times in this film did these kids just up and disappear? I lost count. Did you lose count?
Yeah.
Where is it? Where is he? Where is she? Where'd she go? Yeah, they just,
what bugged me at first
was so fucking stupid.
What bugged me at first was how the daughter reacted more to her boyfriend getting shot than the fact that he tried to kill her father. She was like, "Oh my God!
Well,
why did you do that? Oh my God, you're dying!"
Actually, I thought they were going to play that up more. I thought we would see more of a scene where a sequence where this daughter would try to get revenge and try to kill her father or something.
I was hoping to God that didn't happen, and thank God it didn't.
Thank God it did. I was kind of expecting it.
I was just like, don't tell me this is going to be some stupid-ass thing where the daughter all of a sudden hates her father to the point where it's like... It reminds me of Titanic, where, now, I know you guys, if you love Titanic, you might want to skip this part. But how... In the end of the movie, when Rose dies, she goes and hangs out with Jack, this guy that she knew for 4 days, compared to the man that she fell in love with and had a family with and lived together for 60 years.
Oh, good point. Yeah, what about Homeboy?
Yeah. What about the guy that you fell in love with, got married to, and had God knows how many kids, and did all of those things?
That's the ending, yeah, I hear what you mean.
And she did all of those things that Jack told her to do, like flying on the plane, and all of that stuff with her husband. But when he died, and he's waiting for her in heaven, she dies, she goes with this other guy that she knew for 4 days.
I never thought of that.
Like, I know you love Leonardo DiCaprio, but God, come on. For 4 days! And you guys weren't even together the whole time, so at best you spent, like, what, a little over 12 hours together? And all of a sudden... And that 12 hours was so unbeatable. I just ruined Titanic for you, didn't I?
Yes, you did. I didn't know that. That's good.
Anyway, I guess that's what they mean. I guess that's what they mean when, like, till death do us part.
Anyway, now it's at this point where we meet our first batch of villains. They are, I guess I could way to describe it, these college students who just like form like this killing gang. They have these creepy ass masks, and they're led by probably the most charismatic, yuppie, 20-something-year-old. Hello, Ethan Hawke. We were hunting this homeless man, and you have given him sanctuary. That's like this. You have given him sanctuary. Now, we, as good Americans, earn the right to purge ourselves, to purge our great nation of these unwanted folk.
You're doing it half right. You forgot. You're doing it half right. You forgot. You have to have the posture and the mannerisms and the signs. Like, like, oh, you've given him sanctuary within your home.
And he smiles, just...
I know, he's got the pretty boy locks, and he's got like the high class suit. He kind of looks like Calypso from Twisted Metal, except he's younger.
I was thinking of him as a young Calypso.
Like, you've given him sanctuary. Now, we as good Americans, we as a good lifestyle have to cleanse ourselves of these emotions.
He doesn't quite have that same accent, but yeah.
Like, the man you are defending is nothing but a lifeless man, one that is in need of purging and cleansing. Allow us to do so. Otherwise... We're going to get in there, and And when we do,
be so kind as to relinquish the homeless person to our being.
so that we
Before our rest of our gang come along with our tools to break into your house. And we can break into your house, good sir.
and we will walk.
But since you are fellow good Americans like us, we will give you this opportunity to give him
Up willingly.
up willingly. Toodles.
Toodaloo.
The fun part, some of the most fun part in this film was watching the security cameras and see these kids just acting so nuts. Like the one's like swinging on a swing set. You have two girls acting like they're making out, and they're like wearing all these masks, except for. And that's another thing too. Now this guy, he is so cartoony and over the top.
He's the only one that takes off his mask.
Right.
And
he
willingly
somehow has this amazing ability to control the minds of the people around him. Who will follow this man. This guy's awesome.
This guy was so badass. I'd go see this movie again just for him.
Here, let's react to our favorite scene. You're the dude. You're the homeboy, and I'll be the crazy. I'll be the. Go react.
It's just like, your time is running short. Why have you not delivered him to us?
Give us the homeless man.
I do apologize. Those mannerisms are very disliking to my taste. Oh my god!
That was a great scene. Just how it shoots his friend. Oh, and I love this line.
Yeah, he's just like, he was my friend. You are not. So you know what we...
He said, keep this in mind. He was my friend. You are not.
So you know where we stand. My god.
And the rest of these guys just drag the guy's bike. Like, god damn, what kind of powers and mind control does this guy have?
What kind of fucked up world is this?
Yeah, where these other teens will just follow him and they'll let him kill them and they'll still follow him and not even try to stop him. Oh, it was so unrealistic, but I don't know, it's just, this guy was just having fun. He just went all out.
He was probably thinking the same thing Michael Sheen did when he was doing Twilight. He's like, guys, I'm gonna have, like, this is my only role. I might not have a career after this.
Actually, I can see Michael Bay's influence. Maybe like one day Michael Bay comes and say, hey, so look, kid, let me tell you what. When you get on there, I want you to ham it up. Don't worry. Even the director says, cut. What are you doing? Just say, Michael said it was cool. Michael said,
yeah, but
you just go out there and just steal this movie. Just chew up the scenery. Nom.
Yeah, second case scenario, if that wasn't it, this guy was probably thinking to the other guys, he's like, guys, this is my first movie, maybe. I might not have a career after this. I'm gonna ham it the fuck up. And I'll bet you they're not gonna stop me. They're gonna be okay with it.
Michael Bay said it was alright. And I'm gonna... It seemed like he would be a villain from a Michael Bay movie. I could see him being a bad guy in Transformers. Optimus Prime.
Oh my god.
We know you have the Allspark. I request that you relinquish this to my custody.
I couldn't believe this guy. I was like, yes, this guy is the ultimate troll villain.
And
That's all that was missing. Like, the only thing that was missing from his entire performance, brilliant as it was, he did not have an evil, maniacal laugh. No. He had that obnoxious smile. Like, he knew he was bad.
right.
He could lead these troops and tell them to do anything, and they would. He knew he was trouble. But he played it so cool.
So they want the homeless guy. So now Ethan Hawke is trying to round up this homeless guy.
Yeah, why they want him, you'll never know.
You have the son who uses his toy doll thing to kind of lead the homeless guy into like his secret room. And
Why?
He was trying to do that to like corner him and then like tell his dad where he is. But here's the thing: after he leads him there to the homeless to the safe room, He then finds the
No, hold on.
sister.
Let me stop you there.
All right.
How do you know that he was putting him there to tell his dad? Because the boy's overall purpose was to defend him.
Not at first, but when these guys kept going, when the guys kept coming, that's a good point.
He overall hated the idea.
That is a good point.
I believe that he was putting him there to defend him for those 12 hours.
Well, I don't know, because he knew that would be like a death sentence to the rest of his family. Because he was there. The son saw the.
Are you really going to give the kid that much credit?
I would like to think he's not. Well,
you would like to think he's not.
I'd like to think he was not that stupid.
Yeah, he's the one that opened the fucking door in the first place.
I don't know.
So he made his death grip. Might as well lay in it.
I'd like to think he led them there to trap him so his dad could capture him, but yeah, that's a good point. But
well,
anyway.
and plus, when she was stabbing him later, he was still saying stop.
Kids, stupid. Idiots, dumb. Anyway, daughter, who ran off as she shouldn't have, ran off, gets captured by the black guy. They have a standoff. They're able to subdue the black guy, and they're about to tape him up and throw him out into the door, and out in the world. And that's where he has this change of heart.
Oh yeah, because now all of a sudden the wife is like, "What are we doing? Look what we're doing! We're becoming monsters! You're a monster! Look at the blood on your shirt! You're tying him up! Oh my god!"
So they arrive. The bad guys arrive with this, and you know, basically what it was. And here's another thing I thought of too. Basically, when the bad guys show up, they have like this huge like truck and these chains, and they basically just rip the door, the security door off the house. Mm-hmm. I was thinking, what's preventing them from doing that to all these houses here? I mean, they could just go nuts and just. Like,
he said they could.
Yeah. So.
But they wanted this guy. Apparently, this guy did something to greatly offend them that they wanted him and only him.
No, I'm saying, like I said, they can go and if that's all it takes, just to rip the security doors down, they can actually go into all the houses and tear it off.
Even the wife talked about that. She was like, "They can't get in here, can they? I mean, we got this place locked down. They can't get in." And then that's when the husband kind of opens up. Nothing is impenetrable. We do have a really good security system, but there is always a huge possibility.
All you gotta do is
yes, they can get in if they try hard enough.
Rather easily too, if you think about it. Just get a big truck and some chains and hook it up to the door and just rip it off.
Or why not just ram the part of the building that doesn't have the solid steel door on it?
That's another point too. Well, anyway, the bad guys get in, and then we have basically the gun. This is where the action part happens.
This is where the husband's like, okay, we're going for broke. It's pretty much confirmed. Even if we do let him out, there's no consequence. What's stopping them from coming in and killing us anyway?
The action was good, but I will say this. There was one too many scenes of someone, a bad guy standing over someone, ready to shoot him, ready to stab him, and when he's about to happen, right from behind. I thought that happened one too many times.
It was like, what was that movie called? Oh my god! It was a direct ripoff. It was like The Strangers or something.
Oh, I never saw that film. But I know what you're talking about.
It's the one where these two lovers go out in the middle of a wilderness.
Yeah, it is very similar to The Strangers.
They're wearing the same masks.
Sort of, yeah.
Or at least in that movie, the father had like a pullover white mask, right. But the girls, they were wearing those masks that we saw those guys wearing. They were wearing like doll face masks.
Yeah.
Same exact thing and same exact idea. Like whenever they were sneaking up on somebody, they wouldn't immediately go after them. They would just kind of like stand behind them and just look at them and for the camera, and just be like, "Ooh, we could kill them right now if we wanted to, but we're scaring you." Mm-hmm. So yeah, there was a lot of that, and
I will say this though, Ethan Hawke. No spoiler, Ethan Hawke dies, but he did go down swinging. He had a very nice action sequence where it was on a pool table. Well, first, he shoots this one guy who was about to kill his son, and then he gets out this goddamn gun that's something out straight out of Metal Slug.
Heavy machine
gun. And just starts blowing dudes away.
Well, being that he knew how practical it was just to break through their defenses, I guess he did have to get the best defense he could.
Right.
So
he took down about several guys until finally he was stabbed in the gut by our main villain. Yes. And he, of course, the wife is then there comes the other thing, is that
I like the way he killed that woman who was on the pool table.
Yeah.
Like, she was standing on the
Ethan
pool
Hawke.
table. Yeah, Ethan Hawke.
Coming at him with an axe.
Yeah, she was on top of the pool table with an axe. She was coming at him. He shot her in the gut. She tripped up. Yeah, like a huge shotgun wound right in her gut. She trips off of the pool table, hits the back of her head on the pool table, and falls to the floor.
But the better one came a while. The next scene where a guy comes crashing through the window. He's wrestling Ethan Hawke on the ground. The guy's going for the gun. Ethan Hawke takes the axe, and Will right here,
BAM!
just went, oh!
I wasn't the only one. Like, everybody was just like, oh my god! Like, did you hear how loud that impact was?
Yeah.
And the speakers, like, the speakers almost... I'm surprised the speakers didn't...
Sorry, I had to change cameras. It's 2,000 degrees right now, and my other camera.
His camera can't handle it.
Yeah, I can only have it for a while. But anyway, now comes the part where the bad guy teams start getting taken out by people.
Rather easily, actually.
Yeah, and well, these aren't exactly criminal masterminds. I mean, they are kind of. I wouldn't be surprised if they got like hopped up on like heroin or cocaine and something.
They probably did.
Yeah.
Well, if you think about it, even if you were of no consequence, would you really want to remember what you did?
Well, anyway, these two kids are about to kill the mom, and these kids get shot up, and it's by the neighbors, who I guess the neighbors saw what was going on, saw the security system went down, and you're thinking, oh, okay, it's neighborhood watch patrol taking these kids out. They find Ethan Hawke, who's dying. The blonde guy comes in there. He's shot by the daughter. Then Ethan Hawke passes away. His character passes away in the arms of the kids. And that's when, and then you have her false ending. You think the movie's over, but...
Oh yeah, because all the neighbors that are surrounding people who saved the family, they're like, thank you for saving us. And then they're like, well, we saw that you guys were in trouble, so we jumped into action to come and help.
By the blonde girl who we were discussing earlier.
Yeah. So she's like, well, we saw your defense grid was down, and we saw people shooting, and so we had to...
Then we realized this was the perfect opportunity to take you all out.
Oh, no. That's not what she said. She's like, the wife was just like, thank you so much. Well, don't thank us yet.
Yeah.
Well, don't thank us too much because, well, we were saving you for us.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh yeah, as soon as she said don't thank us too much, immediately I'm like, yep. Yeah, I saw that coming. Yeah. Well, we were saving you for us.
And I will say this, she does get into her role too. She was actually a pretty good villain herself. Okay, they did like this prayer, blessing America.
Thank America and our forefathers for allowing us this purge day so I can kill this bitch.
Okay, well, I'll go first.
Oh, yeah, they're like, okay, tie them up. Oh, let's see, there's the tape right there. Be sure to wrap them good and tight. Like, why are you doing this? Oh, be quiet, honey. It's for a good cause. You're scaring the children. We're trying to end this quick.
They were jealous of that family because of, like you said, because of all the money they had. And I guess they were more rich than they. And I guess, like I said, jealousy. They were just jealous and just hated these folks. And then they saw their opportunity and they took it. And they're about to kill them until
just
they're
like, okay. Well, they're tied up nice and tight. Ooh, Henry, you tied a very good knot there. Okay, let's see. Ooh, a letter opener. Okay, so, okay, I'll stab her in the back right now, and then you can huddle around and we'll take turns. Not kidding. That's literally the type of bullshit that was going on.
You sound like a host from the cooking channel.
That's what she was!
You sound like a host from the cooking
channel. I couldn't believe it! Like, and then the mother has completely given up. She's just like, look at me, kids. Look at me. It'll be over. I'm like, no, I'm going down fighting. Fuck that. I'm not going to sit there and just be stabbed and be in pain.
Or, thankfully for them, the homeless guy shows up with a gun.
Yeah, who went missing for a good half hour.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just like, where's the black guy in all this?
Again, not surprising. I was just kind of counting down the seconds when the black guy was going to show up.
Yeah, I knew he was. I'm just like...
Right.
Yeah, but I call bullshit that the family just gives up. They're like, just look at me. It'll be over soon. Like, no. Not even.
Anyway, the final scene is real funny because now the black guy's got them down.
Oh yeah, so the black guy sneaks up on
right.
The guys are like, okay, I'm gonna kill her now. Watch.
Okay.
Then the guy sneaks up and like caps like the Asian guy,
which was funny.
And then he's got him all at gunpoint. He's like, drop the frickin' letter opener.
Right.
Untie them, and then now it's morning, and the purge isn't over yet. It's like,
well, the mom decided not to kill them.
Oh yeah, she's like, you've got us at gunpoint. You have to kill us. It is your duty.
As Americans.
God damn.
Right.
Yeah, so they're all sitting down at the table now, completely quiet.
Until the purge is over.
And until the purge is over, and the black guy's standing guard with the gun there. He's everybody at gunpoint, except for the wife, because why not?
One great scene, though, to end this film. The mother looks over, then what happens?
Yeah, the mother looks over at her dead husband, and then the white woman...
The white blonde girl.
The white blonde girl immediately tries to take
the shotgun
away from her. And then...
the mother rips it away, and
then like, uses the hilt of the shotgun. Bam! Again, another impact that should have blown out the speakers. Bams her right in the fucking face.
That's not all. And
then grabs her hair, yanks it forward like a whip, and bam! Right into the
glass table.
The glass table. And she's like, no more killing! What the did I just say?
Everyone in the theater.
Like, I said no more killing. We're gonna sit here and we're gonna live out the rest of this night in peace.
Right.
So, and then you see the white girl like lift her face and like blood is like hosing out of her nose, and she spits out like a couple of teeth.
So the purge ends. They leave.
Yeah, the purge ends.
Which is gonna make things very awkward.
Yeah, awkward living next to these people, and so yeah, you hear the sirens go off, and now she's like, "Get the out of my house."
The homeless guy leaves.
Yeah, the homeless guy. Yeah, he's about to leave, and she's like, "Wait, will you be okay?" Yeah.
Yeah. One poignant moment for me too is you see the homeless guy walking away, and then you see the son looking at him, and I'm thinking, "Yep, that guy lived, but your father had to die." And that's basically your fault.
I was kind of wondering what the kid was thinking, because the music kind of played like an
or like next purge night I'm gonna find him or something.
Yeah, that's what it kind of felt like. The kid was looking at him kind of weirdly, and the music got really dark when it was happening. I'm like, is the kid gonna turn and kill him?
Well, the whole situation was his fault, because again, kids acting stupid. Yeah.
Or here's an idea. Don't tell your kids the fucking password to unlock the house.
Good, another good point.
Ethan Hawke was kind of like, why the hell are you going to tell your kids how to get out of the house?
That's another good point. So, that was The Purge. Final thoughts on The Purge?
I think we kind of addressed that, but yeah, it's an
interesting...
interesting...
Let me ask you something.
What?
Do you think this movie is I read an article. Do you think this movie is an attack on Republicans?
I definitely thought this movie was attacking something, and the
only reason I say that is because Hollywood is notoriously liberal. Well, no, they're very, very liberal, very Democrat, and they often sometimes put Republicans in bad lights.
Well, to be honest,
do you think
whether or not, no Republican is going to okay something.
That's what I was saying. Like, this is not, I wouldn't say...
As messed up and as screwed up as politics is, I doubt... period, they're ever going to allow anything like this to ever happen.
Well, I guess
nothing will be able to be okay to kill a man.
Well, I guess in Hollywood, though, Republicans are just evil bastards.
That might not even have been it. They might have been just trying to tell a story, like, what if?
I just think that's what they're trying to do, and they were just trying to tell a story.
Yeah, like, what if? Because movies can be influential, like, to the point where not something that we want to try, but teach you something like, okay, how can we work against this?
Well, my thing about this film is that it's not trying to be like this heavy kind of documentary style film.
It's a work of fiction.
It's a turn your brain off kind of action kind of film, because the premise is really out there.
The science of it isn't really that well thought out, because I don't think America can just by itself this whole purge thing without the rest of the world getting involved and saying, no, this can't be done.
I can see it as a fantasy, actually.
Fantasy?
I can see it as a fantasy in a way. Or a dark fantasy.
I'd say fantasy if they mentioned words like utopia or Elysium.
Good point. But like I said, for what it is, it was an entertaining ride. There were some fun moments.
I'd check it out just because...
Shame Ethan Hawke had to die. I liked it better if Ethan Hawke lived.
Me too, but at the same time, the interesting lesson is not everybody gets a happy ending.
Very true.
So, I'd check it out.
I'd check it out too. Well, this is Eugene.
And this is William Morris of the Brotherhood of Gaming.
Thank you so much for watching us. Feel free to rate, like, comment.
Tell us your thoughts on the movie.
Even the not so nice ones. That's okay too.
Oh yeah, what movie was that?
I'll tell you later. Bye.